All right, time to get everything set up. Every time I feel so nervous that I'm gonna do something wrong, but I think we've got it. I'm gonna double check my Facebook page. There we go. It looks like things are going well. So this is fantastic. So welcome to another episode of On the Edge, Sight Reading Maverick. I started this a few months ago, I think partly as a way to entertain myself during this very unusual time. I also wanted to do it because I've always loved to sight read, but a lot of people say to me, aren't you terrified? How did you learn how to sight read? Why do you like to sight read? So I just wanted to prove that it can be fun. Like even when it's disastrous, it can be fun. So the other thing is I love doing this because I am learning about so many composers I hadn't heard about before. So it's been a great experience for me as well. Little plug, I want to just mention here that, times are very strange and I don't really know what my future is looking like in terms of job stuff. So I hate advertising myself, but I have created a Patreon page for myself. If you don't know about Patreon, it's like kind of going back to the days of when composers and musicians had patrons. So at the bottom of the screen is a website. And if you want to take a look at my page, just see what it's all about. By all means, no pressure, but I'm just trying anything at this point. All right. First piece on my list today, and I'm a little confused because actually the name that is showing as the composer, no, I guess that's right. I forget her first name. I'm kind of looking to see my own. Oh yeah, Charlotte Sohy is the first composer. Her 6 little pieces. I thought this would be a good way to start. And the first one is called L'Enfant Sage, S-A-G-E. I don't know exactly what that means. It's in C major, yay. 1 page, these are all very short. I suspect these are student pieces. 3/4. There's a kind of the right hand has the melody and then the left hand has a 2-voice texture. But even though the 2-voice texture in the left hand could be perceived as something difficult, it actually has the same note just played in syncopation throughout. So not a big deal. There's sort of a counter melody in the bottom voice of the left hand. So I'm going to focus for sure on the melody in the right hand, the counter melody in the left hand, and whatever happens in that middle note, which now I know is a G, whatever happens, happens. It's marked modéré, so moderately. 1, 2, 3. So sweet. This would be an absolutely wonderful little piece for a younger student. So that was beautiful. Let's keep reading. And I'm sorry, I don't remember much about this particular composer. Hi, Louis. He says hello from France. That's so much fun. I'll get to your stuff soon. All right, this one is called Il pleut, which I believe means rain. See, Louis could tell us if I'm butchering French. This time the melody is mostly in the left hand, at least at the beginning, but then it will switch to the right hand. constant 16th notes, which is not a big surprise in a piece called Rain. But it looks like, again, it's sort of like the right hand texture is not quite as complicated. The left hand tends to have two voices at once. But A minor, so still no key signature. Lots of accidentals though. And I'm always aware of the accidentals because oftentimes that means there's a cool shift in the harmony. So I try to bring those out. It's not marked andante. So not too fast. 2, 3. Interesting twists and turns harmonically. Not what I expected, especially after the first one. Interesting. Number 3 is called Au Soleil, so to the sun, I think. This looks, it's marked gay and alert. We've got some syncopated chords that go in both hands. She likes to, it looks like, swap melody between the hands quite a bit, so it's fun to discover a composer, see what they tend to do. G major, but there's again lots of accidentals, so I assume there's going to be some twists and turns in this as well. A lot of the accompaniment pattern, once you get to the second page, there's a lot of 16th. So one thing I really try to do is capture those visually as chords instead of note by note, because that can bog me down. So, all right, Au Soleil, just 2 pages. I'm going to go ahead and push myself a little bit tempo-wise and give myself a little bit of a challenge. fast, but I decided just to see what would happen. Really lovely. I obviously missed some harmonies in there, so I'm not sure exactly how they go, but. All right, number 4 is called, oh, this is interesting, Sauter, and I don't know what that means. That's okay. Allegretto, it's in 9/8. Ooh. This is very interesting. So it's in 9/8, it shifts to 3/4 in the middle, E minor, and then C major when it goes 2, 3, 4. The second page is just nasty looking. I don't know how to describe it, but it just looks nasty. I think it's just the way it's set, actually. Lots of, again, I'm going to block things instead of. So that'll be my strategy. Sounds kind of like a jig. I don't know if that's what a sauterie is. Okay, maybe not too fast this time. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fastest note value are 8 notes. 2, 3. next one is called, I don't know, Dur Labour. My French. Okay. Modere, 3/4 B minor. We've got a lot of the same rhythmic pattern, 8/16. Bum, ba, da, dum, ba, da, 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 da. In the second page, it looks like we've got quite a bit of emotion going. Da, da, dum, ba. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. It's interesting. I have kind of mixed feelings, and I would definitely want to revisit this set because, of course, I was probably playing some wrong harmonies in there. So I definitely want to give it some, give it its justice too. So, okay. So just a reminder, those were the Petite pieces by Charlotte Sohy. Yeah, I guess that was all of them. The next piece on the program is also by a woman who I have not heard of before, Laeticia Sari. And this is her Rondo of the Elves. I have no idea what this one's about, as with all these. This one is in D flat major, 5 flats. One thing I like about rondos is that means there's stuff that's going to repeat quite a bit. So I'll get some chances. All right, so D flat major, then the B section looks like it's in A major, andante with expression. I always like that. That means I can take time. Goes back to D flat, back to the little A section, and then it's done. So let's see how it goes. It's marked allegro. Fastest note value are 16th notes. And it has this accompaniment. So I'm gonna do ya da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. very straightforward and sweet. This was written by Laeticia Sari, and again, I don't, off the top of my head, remember what I read about her. I think she might have been from Sweden or something like that. It has very much that folk feel to it. This would be a really accessible piece for a mid-level piano student, which is actually why I'm doing this. We're trying to find music written by women that would be really accessible for beginners to intermediate to advanced students. So anyway, it's a little hint of what I'm doing. The next piece was a request by Sauter. I'm about to play his piece in a minute. But anyway, he had requested one of the Morceaux by Lili Boulanger. Lili was Nadia Boulanger's sister. Lili, I don't think, lived very long. Her sister Nadia lived much longer and ended up teaching composers like Aaron Copland. I mean, there's just tons of people that she taught. I don't, of course, know this. This first one is called From an Old Garden. I think that's the translation. It looks like it's in C sharp minor, so 4 sharps. Lots of accidentals, which I'm not surprised about. French music, accidentals everywhere because they have such a different harmonic language. And I don't know Lili's language very well at all, so this should be interesting. It's marked expressif. Kind of a thick texture. It's sort of like a choral 4-part texture. So I'll really be looking to grab chords as much as I can, even though her chords might be a little different. The last page is what gets me a little bit nervous. So I'm trying to not nervousize myself. That's a new word. By figuring out what it is. You got octaves, melody in the right hand. So that might be part of it, is it just looks scary. It's actually kind of 2 melodies intertwined. And then you've got some bigger chords in your left hand. But the left hand is not very busy. So what I'll probably do, because the left hand sort of has these bass chords and then an inner voice. So my goal will be to focus on the bigger chords to get the bass in there and not to worry about that inner kind of tenor voice. That's what I'm at least theorizing. The beginning, it looks much nicer. Yeah. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay, I hope that's somewhat estimated what it should be. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. There were definitely times, though, if I'm sight reading and I'm starting to understand a composer's harmonic language, if I suspect that a note I'm about to play doesn't fit in that harmonic language, I try to just eliminate it. I just don't play it. So anyway, okay. So that's that one. There's 3 other pieces in that set, which I would love to look at sometime. So we'll see. That's 1:30. Okay. The next is sort of very goofy, I think. Maybe not. Okay, I don't know. That one looks really scary. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do one of these because I don't even know if I'm doing the right one. Another request, because somebody had read a tweet that I mentioned that I was singing Christmas carols the other day, and it made my daughter's eyes roll. But then we decided it wasn't so weird because of the time we're in. Like, why not sing Christmas carols? So this is a set of Christmas carols that Franz Liszt wrote / arranged. I don't know. So we're going to go Christmas here. I don't know that this one is one we'll recognize. It's number 8, Ancient Provincial Christmas Carol. B minor, 16th. It's Liszt. Not a fan of Liszt, but this one looks very doable. Allegro giocoso. There's a set of double thirds in here. So you basically either can do the thirds or you just wing it. 1, 2. Liszt really surprises me. All right, he had always also requested 11, but I'm not sure that that's right, so I will have to double check that. I can always do it next time. Spread out the Christmas joy. Speaking of Christmas, Louis Sauter also wrote variations on We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So we're going to give the first couple of variations a try. So truly this is going to seem really bizarre, but we're going to do it. C major, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. relation to C minor. The third one, but I think I'm gonna wait on that one too because it's in the style of Messiaen, and I don't know if my brain can handle messianic chords right now. And there's a toccata, there's some other ones too. So very cool. Brought you a little bit of Christmas today, which actually it looks so weird outside. At least where we are in Roanoke, that it looks like maybe it could snow. It's too hot, but it does look strange outside. Next request was from another Twitter friend, Max Reger's Vier. Eins, zwei, drei. I think it means 4 pieces. And I don't think I'm going to play all of them. And Reger is kind of like Liszt. I mean, his stuff can be quite dense. So we will see what happens. This is a good challenge. I'm going to start with the first one because it's a romance. Andante con moto. So andante, but with a little bit of motion. In D major. There's some cross rhythms going on, so that should be interesting. 16ths in the right hand. Exclusively until you get to the middle section. So the left hand is just rolled chords mostly. So I really think I need to grab onto harmonies here. The melody isn't as obvious. Okay, I need to look at the B section quickly. Yeah, I don't think I want to go too fast, because this middle section gets a little trickier. So I'm going to be making up some of it, sorry. 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go, folks. Wish me luck. All right. Oh, he's mentioned. Do the first one. Okay, great. Oh, the melody's in the left hand, I think. No. 1, 2. Okay, I have no idea what the appropriate tempo for that one is, but that's okay. Really, really beautiful. I would like to revisit that. That is something I could definitely envision playing. Really beautiful. It has so much going on, though. I think that's why I need to revisit it. So hopefully I did that justice. I can't remember who sent that in. Gary Belshaw, I think. No, it was great. I like it. I like a good challenge. All right. So thank you for sending that in. Next on the list is not Liszt. Oh, another composer I've never heard of before. Okay, Ika Peyron. I don't even know how to say this. Her two Stämningsstycken, I don't even know. I think they're like mood pieces or something like that. Never heard of her. So let's see what she does. 2 pages. The first one is marked Melancholie. It's what it's called. Adagio and Cantabile. We've got triplets. We've got 16th notes. Oh, wow. Sounds very dark. And then on the second page, it gets all fired up. Da, 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 with triplets, that stringendo. So we'll see what happens. At the end, the left hand goes up to the bass clef, or the treble clef again, and then back down. So that'll probably throw me off. I'm having trouble figuring out tempo. Okay. I might be kind of corny, but that's I thought was really beautiful and had some good stuff in there. The next one is called Glada Tankar. I think these are Swedish. So this is, I think it means a happy thanks. Fröhliche Gedanken. Anyone know German? So I'm just going to have a heck of a good time with this. I have no idea what's going to happen because I think the piece just calls for it. So we're just going to go crazy. D minor. Oh, now I'm confused. Yeah, and then it goes to F major. Oh, I don't know how this is going to go. Oh my gosh. Wish me luck. Tired in that though. I don't know what happened. Crazy. Okay, those were by, who is that by? Ika Peyron. Peyron? And next on the list, I think actually I timed this all pretty well. The next piece is another female, Edith Sohlström. And this is her Elegie. It's only 2 pages long. It's F major. Very, I shouldn't say it looks simple because then I'll be silly if I mess up. A lot of hand crossings, but it's slow. Looks very lovely. So let's try it. Edith Sohlström's Elegie. simple, but really, really lovely, I think. This would be a wonderful piece for a student. Talk about working on having a really lovely solo line, even amongst everything else going on. And really listening through phrases. So I love sight reading stuff that might be much more straightforward to sight read. It gives me an opportunity to really try to up my game musically. So, yay. Back to Ika Peyron. I am now going to do her Gavotte and Chansonnette. So I have no idea. And because of time, I'm just gonna kind of go for it more or less. I'm kind of briefly looking over it. G major goes to C major. I am just gonna have fun and crash and burn if that is what happens. So have fun. Ah. you for joining me today. I try to do this every Sunday at the same time. If you have any requests that you want to send my way during the week, please feel free to do so. It's much more fun if I get requests. I prefer links to piano works on IMSLP that are in the public domain. Then I don't have to deal with feeling like I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, have a good week, everyone. And again, thank you so much for joining me.